Let me get this tweeted out so everybody joined in here. 1 second. There we go. There and there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. So happy Thursday, everybody. It has been a choppy week this week, right? So not surprising, right? But we're going to be wrapping up our series here today on Tesla chart patterns. Tesla chart patterns here today. And we've had a fun one. So we've been just kind of going every day this week looking at Tesla and seeing what patterns have been setting up on the daily charts and on the intraday charts. And hopefully you guys have found that helpful. Tesla also made the action name list last night, and we pointed out here at the live at the end of the show. And hopefully you guys found that helpful too. We put out some really good levels on it that ended up working out really well today. So that was pretty fun too. So if you guys stay tuned to the end of this show, we're going to be putting another action name out there that may or may not be in the bubble report tomorrow. And I think you guys will like it. So let's before we get started though, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. And I don't know why that's not popping up here. There it is. So educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off at the market here today. And then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. And then we're going to go through the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX guys up 19 points today. Monthly chart, pretty thin month, right, so far, right? So we're basically looking at an 81-point range. It's kind of one of the narrowest range months that we've seen so far. This, before the Corona crash, we had a pretty narrow month, 123. So we still have plenty of time left. It's just getting started. Weekly chart, again, pretty narrow range week here so far. We did get out of the inside week where we started and kind of worked our way up, and we got fresh all-time highs here. McClellan Oscillator is still hanging in here, so no big deal so far. Pretty choppy, right? So we had the pre-Memorial Day rush, right, or pre-Memorial Day chop right here, and then we got into June and we had a little bit of action here, right? So and then a little bit of movement, but still kind of small candles and choppy ranges, and then we had a day right here for a reversal, and then a bunch of sideways action. And today, a little bit of green over the ADMA, a little increased volume on the SPY. And fresh all-time highs, but nothing really exuberant, right? If we go here to the Elliott Wave count, we're still generally pretty bullish. We've got this initial wave up right here. It looks like an ABC wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was thinking we'd go up a little bit farther. 1, 2. Remember, and then we bounced today off of that, so that made this 1, 2 look really good. 1, 2, and then pretty much now it looks like a possible 1, 2. So we may just be kind of in this large 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's like 4 1-2s in a row. And just is what it is, right? So it kind of, it's tough. It looks like kind of things are wearing itself thin. It may get a little bit of a pullback, maybe a 618, and then start to work its way up. But right now we're in the choppy range, and really, today was all about the CPI numbers and the SPX roll, right? So CPI numbers, the inflation numbers came out this morning. I guess a little bit better than expected. Enough where they thought that the Fed wasn't going to step in and start raising rates and stuff. So we have that going on. Then we have the SPX roll where people are dumping their June expiration contracts and starting to load up into the September. So if we go to the S&P futures right here, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So at the open we had a big flush, right? So we had this move right here, and sorry guys, I don't have the broadcaster. Okay, there we go. So we had this big move right here today, this big flush right here. That's pretty much it, right? So they flexed at the open, right? They flexed at the open to show that hey, we can we can take this thing to all-time highs, and they did, right? And then we ran out of volume really, really quickly up there, right? And that ended up with the drop right here, and I think this pretty much corresponds to where they dumped the contracts, right? So pretty interesting stuff there, and you can see already it's just kind of shifted here based on, we're pretty much shifting into the new contract, right? So pretty cool stuff there, and that's just that's why it looks like there's this huge gap down, but there's really nothing going on with that. So cool stuff there, just a lot of sideways choppy action off of the roll, and that's what we got. That's why we had this little this dashed line right here. That just means the end of the area. Well, actually, just the end of the the move right here. So disregard that. Disregard that. So anyway, so choppy action here overnight. So what are we looking at? So right now there's no real major geometric lines. The big stuff. We're just gonna have to go with it tomorrow and see what we got. Right. So this makes it a little bit tough to chart. With the gap right here. And so let's just go with that and see where we go. But this looks like the where they dumped the contracts where we probably were putting on the new issue, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So good stuff. Well, let's get to the topic here. So today we're going to be continuing our conversation on Tesla. So Tesla chart patterns, and we've been having a lot of fun with this. We had a couple really good ones Monday. We had that Monday night. We had that combo cup and handle and inverse head and shoulders combo. That was a nice one. And then we've had a couple other setups throughout the week. And today we're going to be going over a harmonic. Right. So let's take a look here at Tesla. So Tesla, guys, looking pretty interesting. All right, if we go back to where we left off yesterday, and what we've been tracking right here is this kind of larger downward trend, right? And so what we're looking at here is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe wave 5, right? And why are we thinking that? Because this looks like a zigzag, right? So a zigzag pattern is a 5-3-5 pattern, an Elliott wave, and so we get those wave counts right here, and so we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and this could be a 1-2 of wave 5. It actually could be a 1-2-1-2 right now, and possibly we're going to get ready to work its way down for a larger move. We'll see. We're in a channel right now, but possibly a bear flag from that first leg. So let's see if we break down out of there, take out these levels, and ultimately go for the triangle, right? So that's what we've been tracking. Now, is Tesla always going to do that? No. Is there a chance for Tesla to squeeze? You bet. It's Tesla. So again, guys, if you remember from last night, we had these levels that we put out there, and we said if we could push above this level here with any strength, right, we could have a nice move up, and that's exactly what we got at the open. So that was great. But then what happened, right? We pulled back, and so what did it do? It gave us an initial down move right here, right? And then what happened? And then we went up a little bit, and then what happened? Then we went down a little bit, but a higher low. Right, and so when we start to see this pattern, guys, in our group, this rings these higher lows right here, especially when they correspond with Fibonacci's. This just says to us Fibonacci, and let's see if we can get long in the wing, on the side wing, right? So what we do is we take a look here, right? We go to see how high it went and how low it went right here. So you can see we came right off of the basically right off of the 382 50% retrace. It's what I like to call a bubble harmonic right here. So there's your 50% move, but right off of the 382 and back down. Right, and then we take the move right here, as long as it's like 618-886, right? So we got right here off the 886. So to me, what we like to do at this point now is get a 1-2 move, right, and work its way up. So I'd like to get Elliott Wave in the harmonic, right? So we have this one move right here, 2 move right here. You can see we got a really nice 786, 886 retrace off of that retrace, and then boom, we started to work our way up here. Increased volume on a green candle, and this was just go time right here. So this turned into a harmonic, right, and actually turned into a bat pattern, right? So just a quick review, right? Let me go ahead and post in here. We did a nice series on harmonics here recently, and you can see once we got to the top of the harmonic here, we saw a pullback, right? And that is exactly what we would expect. So we go here to here to here, right to the 1.618, a couple upper shadows off of that, and then a down move, right? So these are the harmonic patterns. So let me actually give me 1 second, guys. Let me pull up the harmonics so you guys can review those if you want to. I'm going to post that in here. Give me 1 second. So we did a whole series on harmonics, right? So we've got the Gartley pattern, right? We've got the crab pattern, which is a bigger pattern, right? We've got the bat pattern, and we've got the butterfly, right? So those are the main ones right there. There's also a shark pattern, and we did a separate one on that, but the basic ones are my favorite. Is are these? So give me 1 second, guys. Let me find, where's our harmonics? Let's see. Oh, I remember how I coded it. Give me 1 second. Where are these guys? There we go. Day trading harmonics. Here we go. I'm going to post this in the chat room, in the chat box right here. So be sure to check out that playlist, guys, and check out the basics on harmonics. Really, really great way to trade. It helps us find great setups. Right, we start to see a higher low after a big drop. Right, we put the Fibonacci's on it, and we see if it makes sense. And then a lot of times we like to get in using Elliott Wave and some relative strength. Right, so we got up to the 1.618 here. And another really cool thing too is that just if you want to see a classic chart pattern, look at this bear flag right here, just like that. Boom. So down, bear flag, boom, breakdown out of the bear flag right there for a nice move into the end of the day. So good stuff there. Well, good stuff, guys. Well, it's been fun talking about Tesla chart patterns this week, and hopefully you guys have found it helpful. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. So Alphabet sent a few in via Twitter, so let's take a look at these. Let's see, so we've got EVBG. So here's another one. We've been looking at this one here. So wow, great follow through on this one, and we actually drew this harmonic on it yesterday, right? So we had this this beautiful retrace right to the 618, right? The initial move was a 382, right? So to me, it's looking like either a butterfly or a crab pattern, right? So you kind of go here. This is great to tie into the harmonics, right? So you go here to here, right off the 382, boom, boom. So working its way up nicely. Still doesn't mean there won't be resistance along the way. There might be some pullbacks, right? So I like to do Elliott Wave counts when we get in that wing pattern right here, right? So definitely keep an eye on that. Wow, let's take a look. Okay, so wow, again, this actually invalidated the last wave count on this one because it took out fresh all-time highs. So it looks like it just rejected the all-time highs and kind of came back in a little bit. So at this point now, let's see if it continues to work its way up. We could be in a wave 3 pattern. This could be wave 1, 2. This might be part of wave 3. We might see a wave 4 and then get a little wave 5 up. So let's see how that goes there for wow wow. And then sell H, let's take a look. Celsius, ooh. Well, let's see. So we looked at this one right here. We thought it was consolidating. We're over the levels, and this is exactly what happened. That's why it's so tough with a lot of these names. But this here, I would say, projected the move pretty well, right? We had a bearish. We don't want to be long on a bearish engulfing candle, right? So bearish engulfing, pause day, down, right? So a nice gap down on that one. Crazy stuff, isn't it? You never, it's like, wow, but that was just bullish a little bit, and they'll take it right back down. It's amazing stuff. And then VMW, let's take a look. VMW getting tight, right? So it's starting to kind of climb its way out of potential flag right here, right? So just kind of look at that. So a little bit of a flaggish type pattern right here, a little bit of volume coming out after earnings. So maybe it'll try to work its way up. I like how it's over the ADMA. So let's see if that gets going. Good stuff. Thanks, Alphabets. Really appreciate it. Shirley sent a few in via email. So let's take a look at these. We've got Edwards. I always think Elliott Wave when I say this. Edwards Life Sciences. Big day today, right? Big strong day today. Nice. This is a cup and handle breakout right here. Cup, handle, brimline, breakout. So let's see if it gets any follow through. Otherwise, look for a potential retest and then go. So great find on that one. Now, let's take a look. Now with a nice gap up here today. Yeah, they had like an upgrade this morning, didn't they? Yeah, Goldman Sachs gave them a buy rating, so that always helps. But yeah, this is looking like a harmonic here too, guys. Check this out. Boom, boom. This is definitely one to keep on the radar here. Right? So you got this. This looks probably like a 382 down here. Pretty close to 382, just in that range, right? And then we'll see how high it goes, right? So at the 1.618 is the first level that we're interested in, here to here to here. So the 1.618, the first target is actually here, if it's going to follow this harmonic up. So kind of in this range right here. So see what it does. That was a nice move up, right? This could have been like a little 1, 2, 3. See if wave 3 continues, maybe gets to the 50-day moving average, pulls back, and then goes. So let's definitely keep an eye on this one. SFM, let's take a look. SFM with a big breakout on this one here too. Hard to, I mean, you can kind of maybe start to see, like, I'm just going to put little circles in here. So you maybe see like a shoulder, a head, kind of like a shoulder in here, type thing. And then you've got your kind of your neckline right here and kind of broke out of that. So pretty interesting there. I like the volume on this candle. I like the push on that one. So let's see if this Sprouts can keep going. Good find on that one. And then ZS. ZS, this is nice. We talked about this recently here. It was looked like it was working on a inverse head and shoulders, and today looks like a breakout on that one. Very, very strong candle on ZS today. Great finds. And oh yeah, and then pins. Pins with a nice push right there. I would just watch the 50-day moving average. It does look like a little cup and handle in the works. 50-day moving average kind of corresponding to the gap there. So good stuff. Jay Moss, what's going on? Good to see you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing great. What you got? You got Viac on the radar. Yeah, so Viac is we're just talking about that this could be in the consolidation range for a while. I have just about no doubt that it's eventually going to work its way back up. It had great earnings last time, right? It just got beat up by that Archegos Capital thing. Eventually this thing's going to get on the radar. The volume's going to start to increase. We're going to get some green candles in here, and then it might just get ready to go, right? So right now it's just in this accumulation period, but definitely one to keep an eye on here for sure. Let's take a look at Casa. A little bit rough here. Right, but it's holding on to a channel right now. Tough again, similar to got to respect this bearish engulfing candle right here that ended up working its way down. So right at the bottom of the channel again. So see how that holds. See if we can try to work its way up. Great stuff, J Moss. Great to see you. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And Gigi, what's going on? Home Depot. Let's take a look. Yeah, Home Depot, guys, has pulled back a little bit here since its crazy run up, right? So and amazingly, this thing is just kept going. I mean, just nonstop. Oh, let's see if we can activate this here. There. Okay, so basically at this point now it's at the 382 retrace, right, off of this big wave up right here. So this could have been your wave. This could be an ABC wave 4 pullback maybe. So we could say 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be ready to start a wave 5 up here. If not, look at the 618, which is right by the 200-day moving average. So let's keep an eye on that. Home Depot. The home builders actually closed pretty weak here. The XHB were a little bit weak here today. So you can see in general the home builders weak. So Home Depot might catch up with that. We'll see how that goes. And the IBR, let's take a look. Yeah, so look at this thing. So a big push yesterday. These mortgage capital type things, you got to be careful with those. But a big push here. It did close in the upper shadow, but kind of a nasty pullback. So a little bit of caution there. But good stuff. Muku, what's going on? Happy Thursday. It's Friday Eve. So the 10-year yield will keep dropping. I know, yeah, the TNX. Yep. Another drop right here, too. So just kind of drifting its way down. It was looking pretty kind of bull flaggy. It still could be. I want to give up on the flag potential right here, right? So it could be. We're kind of at the bottom of it right now, so let's see if that can hold. Other than that, it keeps dropping, then then we might see more flow back into the big names, right, and the growth names. Yep. So very, very possible too. Amazing stuff, guys. The market just keeps going. But I mean, generally everything is kind of like, well, we'll see. We'll see how things go next week at the Fed, but seem to be still very accommodative and all that stuff. So and it wasn't like runaway inflation or anything like that at this point here too. So Fubo, yeah, looking kind of interesting. Possible little bull flag right here too. Possible bull flag, right? So kind of a tight flag right here, but you get the idea, right? Possible little retrace to the ADMA, and it might be ready to get going again. And then QS had a rough day today, guys. This is on the bearish radar going into tomorrow for sure. Again, just big volume today. Look at all this volume that it's had recently. Big volume today, and then a poof, right below the ADMA. So I'd say be pretty careful with the QS on that one. And JMOS, yeah, witches are coming. Exactly. Mrs. Wartsoff, what's going on? Good to see you. When do the SPY futures expire? Yeah, so SPY itself doesn't have futures right now, I don't think, but the S&P futures, right, like the ES and all that stuff, they technically expired June 18th. But just about everybody is dropping the June ones right now and not trading them and switching to trade the Septembers. So that's what the big roll is about right there. So good stuff. There's the link to the playlist of the harmonics. Anybody that wants to learn more about those. And David, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at MViz. Yeah, that was a great find yesterday. And nice move right here. Ended up having a nice little push this morning, but just couldn't get any follow through. So watch that upper shadow. And then X marks the spot. Let's see, take a look. Hey, up another 1.4%, guys. This could be a doji sandwich pause day on X. So see if that can get a little bit of a push up there off of that. And then EOG, let's take a look. EOG getting tight here, right? So just keep an eye on it. This is a kind of, what is this, a resources? I'm not sure if they do natural gas, but keep an eye on it, right? See how it holds. Could be a little bit mini bull flag on that one too. Bullish bearish trades, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at Upstart. Yeah, so Upstart is wow. It broke out of that this kind of flaggish type pattern right here and came back in to test it. It's under it right now and under the ADMA. If it could try to get back up above it, right, we may see a little bit of movement. And then LMT, let's take a look. LMT is pretty epic here. Let's take a look. So again, nice push up here right at the ADMA on the close. So again, nice higher low right here on the daily chart. So let's see if it can try to push its way up a little bit more. So good stuff there. And then Nest, what's going on? Going to see. Let's take a look at FSIR. FSLR? You probably meant FSLR, right? So FSLR, a lot of the TAN names, a lot of the solar names got strong today. Such a strange rotation into these names, but big push today on a lot of these names. But I like it here. A little bit of a thin cloud on this one. If you go to the TAN, here's your ETF. That had a pretty strong day too. Increased volume and closed over the ADMA. So we'll see if that gets any follow through here too. And then Bob, what's going on? Going to see. Let's take a look at Xpev. Yeah, so Xpev, guys, a little bit rough. Again, similar to Lee, right? We didn't have increased volume right here, but we did have a nice bearish engulfing candle yesterday. We hung in there today with an inside day, but watch out if it takes out that inside day low, right? If it takes out that inside day low, we might see a push down to the 80 MA on that one, right? So a little bit caution here, or it could be forming a type of pennant pattern. This could be kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle, 5, right? So just kind of keep an eye on the price action. But if it starts to get scary, right, this thing might work its way down. So good stuff, guys. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Before we go, though, don't let me forget, I've got one for you to keep on the radar tomorrow. It's not my favorite name to trade, but maybe on a Friday it'll get going. Netflix. So Netflix recently had a big push down yesterday, and then we came in today with a doji day. So we've got levels on the upside and the downside. So basically just ended up finishing with a kind of a choppy move right here. So we got some crazy levels on this one, but check here, see if we can get a push over the 488, 489 level with any sort of volume to maybe work its way up here into the 491s. If we lose this pivot down here, which is the 60 anchor low right here, it's like kind of under 486, 486.50, we could start to push into that 485 range. So this is one that I have on the radar for tomorrow. We had a big drop yesterday. We got kind of this crazy move here today with some volume, and then got really, really tight. So it might be gearing up for a move. Definitely one to keep an eye on. We'll probably have some other ones too in the bubble report tomorrow morning. So for members, be sure to tune in for that. And anyway, guys, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Great questions and great chart requests. We'll see everybody here on YouTube bright and early tomorrow morning, and also in the Twitter. For the Good Morning Market Prep video. So looking forward to seeing you guys here bright and early. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. And of course, we'll see all our members in the bubble report and in the Discord this week, tomorrow, and also in the newsletter this weekend. So looking forward to that. And of course, Paul hopefully will be joining us. God willing, he'll be joining us here on Sunday, and we'll be doing our Elliott Wave show on Sunday night. And so Netflix might be doing a diagonal head and shoulders. Yeah, this thing has just been a choppy mess for a while, John. It's kind of like this, kind of this shoulder, head, maybe shoulderish type move. I mean, really, ultimately, when you look at it, you got yourself a downward trend line, right? So at least a bump line right here. So again, let's just see if we can get a neckline, bump line, trend line, however you want to look at it, with some volume and see if we can get going. So that would be an interesting one too. So good stuff, great find. All right, guys, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay